morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Just a minute as I try to set up. Okay. I'm just waiting for the chats to show up. In just a minute, I will be with you. And today is day 20, and I'm so excited about it. We're coming to the close tomorrow, and that's wonderful. So far, we've done 15 minutes each day over a period of time, and I'm going to show you later today how many hours we spent. Earlier, I told you that we spent about 4 hours of content, but now I'm going to show you exactly how much. So let's begin today with this feeling that yes, despite tomorrow being the last day, we are going to be practicing this from now on, making every ordinary day look great, right? Making every ordinary day look great. So I'm just trying to make this. Yes, there you go. It's live now and I can chat with you. So I'm just going to be saying good morning. I'm forgetting my grammar. We're on day 20 today. And our topic for today is the days you'll remember. So, a meaningful life isn't built on extraordinary days or moments. It is these ordinary days that we live with extraordinary presence that creates a meaningful life, right? So let's choose to live this ordinary day as though it absolutely matters to us, right? I don't want you thinking about, hey, do I need a more exciting life, or do I need to create more? Do I need more things in my life that are exciting or thrilling? No. All we need to ask is, does this day deserve my attention? Yes, it does. It does. Every day does, because your life is happening now. It's not happening when you're having a holiday or you're surfing. That's not when life is happening. Not when you're doing something like bungee jumping or something like that. Those are extraordinary moments that definitely add to the quality of your life, but they're not your everyday life, right? So let's imagine you have 3 jars. How do I show you those 3 jars now? Well, I can try. Okay. So here, this is yesterday, tomorrow, and today, right? So we're going to put away yesterday and tomorrow. So we're left with the jar that says today, right? So I want you to look into this jar. Move the jar of yesterday's and tomorrow's aside and just be glad that you are here today and that you can rest your hand on the jar that says today. Because today, this day, is the only day we really get. Yesterday is over, tomorrow hasn't come. So today is the only day we really get being here. Okay? So let's begin our day with 3 nice deep breaths. I'd like you to close your eyes and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out again. Breathe in and breathe out again. That's good. As we come to our presence today, I want you to imagine that somebody hands you a book with 365 blank pages in it. This book hasn't been given to you to write a book. It's to write a life, your own life. To write your own life. Most people will wait for the exciting chapters. But lives aren't written when you're on holiday, like I just told you, right? Lives aren't written when you're on holidays. They're written when you're doing little things like driving to work, maybe doing your laundry, making breakfast, saying good night, just sitting with someone, watching the rain, just sitting and holding somebody's hand while you're talking to them. These are the ordinary things that make up our life. These ordinary pages become extraordinary life stories. So let's see how. Let me tell you this little story about a photographer who spent 40 years taking pictures. Massive amount of time. Even if he took one picture a day, it would be a massive number of pictures, right? 365 into 40. Imagine that number, right? Even a single one. Now, this photographer was a famous photographer, and people asked him, "What is the most valuable photograph you have?" So people expected it to be a famous mountain, a child in a war zone, maybe a celebrity, a breathtaking sunset. And you know what this man showed them? It was so simple, but it was so beautiful. He showed them a photograph of his wife reading a book by the window with a cup of coffee in her hand. Okay. She's sitting there and reading with a cup of coffee in her hand, and the sunlight is streaming in onto her face. Nothing spectacular, but it was really beautiful. So when someone asked him, "Why this?" he smiled. "Why this?" And he just smiled. He says, "Because that's the day I realized I was living the life I kept waiting for. I was living the life I kept waiting for." So, how many beautiful days, my friends, that are ordinary, do we just put aside and say, "Oh, these are ordinary days"? Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent. How many of these days have we called ordinary? So, most people ask, how do I build a life that is meaningful? How do I build a life that is meaningful? Perhaps that's the wrong question. Perhaps that's the wrong question. Perhaps we should be asking, how do I make this morning more beautiful? How do I make this present day more beautiful? Just a second while I just put this away. How do I make this morning more beautiful? Then this afternoon, then dinner, then bedtime, right? Meaning doesn't arrive all at once. It doesn't arrive all at once. It accumulates slowly. One ordinary moment after another, it accumulates. One ordinary moment after another, it accumulates. Now let's just look at what we have done. We took 15 minutes of content. Let me just open the calculator. 15 minutes of content, you can see it at this angle, I guess, into 21 days. That's 315 minutes of content, right? Now we're going to divide that by 60 to get the number of hours we've spent. Can you see that? It's a massive number of hours. It is 520, 5 hours and 25 minutes that we've spent. 5 hours and 25 minutes is what we've spent. And this 5 hours and 25 minutes accounts to, if you take it in a working day, it's 3/4 of a day. Can you imagine that? It's 3/4 of a day. So 8 hours of content, if you look at it, 8 hours of content or 8 hours of a day would be a full day of training. And we have done 5 hours and 30, it says 25 minutes. So a few minutes here and there, it is going to make it a little bigger. It is 5 hours and 30 minutes, right? So now I'd like you to just do with me this beautiful visualization that we have for today that will help us understand this better. So close your eyes, breathe in, take 3 deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and breathe out again, and breathe in and breathe out again. And as you have these 3 deep, slow breaths, bringing you back to your presence, to your center, imagine it's many years from now. You're sitting on a peaceful veranda as the sun begins to set. Someone you love sits beside you. They ask you one simple question. Tell me about your life. Tell me about your life. At first, all the big moments come to life. All the big moments come to life. They come to your mind and you're able to talk about them. Then something surprising happens. You begin remembering small little things like laughter around the dinner table, walking hand in hand with somebody, rain on the roof, your favorite chair, conversations that lasted longer. When you called your friends over for 4 hours, they stayed for 6. These ordinary things made it look so much better. Things that you almost overlooked every single time. Things that you almost overlooked every single time. You smile. You smile because you realize these weren't interruptions in your life. They were your life. These weren't interruptions in your life, they were your life. Now, slowly return to today. Slowly return to today. Slowly return to today. This morning, this breath. And ask yourself, what ordinary moment do I want to remember from today? What ordinary moment do I want to remember from today? See it. Maybe it's breakfast. Maybe it's a hug. Maybe it's a conversation. Maybe it's a child playing with your hair. Maybe it's just the evening. Decide now. Decide now. Decide now to be completely there when it arrives. Decide now to be completely there when it arrives. Now place your hand over your heart and whisper, "This day matters. This day matters." And one last time, "This day matters." Sit. Feel the preciousness of today. Feel the preciousness of today now. Now, as you rub your hands and you slowly come back, as you put your hands together, rub your palms and place them over your face and over your eyes. Slowly come back. And I hope you enjoyed today's visualization. Today's experiment is to choose one ordinary moment, one very ordinary moment, and quietly tell yourself, "I'll remember this. I'll remember this," not because it's dramatic, because it's yours. Because it's simply yours. And watch what happens. The moment becomes instantly richer. It becomes so much richer, right? So, my dear friends, don't wait for a life that is unforgettable. Become unforgettable inside the life you already have. Make things unforgettable inside the life you already have. So today, pause when you meet people. Make this a deeply lived life, a fully noticed life, and a gently held life. Quietly remember. And if someone asks you today or tonight, how was your day? Maybe your answer to that will be, I was really there. I was really there. Okay. So tomorrow, it's going to be our final morning together for this collective that we've had. And tomorrow will not be an ending. The next day will be a beginning of a morning without me and you doing it all on your own. So the first week, we brought ourselves to awareness. The second week, it was action. And the third week, we came to presence. So from here, I hope that you will live every day with presence. We must do that to make our lives better. So let's do that together. Until then, my friends, have a great weekend. Enjoy. Have Let's begin again. Tomorrow is day 21, and we're there so fast. I love you, and I thank you for being here with me every single day. So have a wonderful day. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye. Have a great day. Bye. Have a wonderful day. See you. Bye.